Today, I made the first fully functional Aurora manufacturing outpost in Starfield. Effectively found a way to mass produce a new 99.1% pure Aurora recipe
with science.
Because the standard method Hot Toddy gave me of crafting Aurora and selling it isn't profitable or fun. So I carved my own way to rival Xenofresh Industries' complete monopoly on the leisure drug market.
Get busy making me my money.
And become the most prominent drug kingpin in the Milky Way galaxy. But just as Uncle Ben told Peter, mo money, mo problem. Stay out of my crops! But never underestimate the overworked and underpaid. All we sometimes need is a chance. Except this lady. She needs an exorcist.
Fetch me their soul!
This is my character, Jebediah Threefordale. As many men do, I live a life of quiet desperation, struggling internally with years of wasted potential, working at a repetitive soul-sucking job on the factory floor at Xenofresh. And so to cope, I drink beer, frequently watch cars turn left fast.
I started drinking at 6 a.m.
and dream of a better life, not living paycheck to paycheck in a beautiful home, surrounded by thick butter pecan thigh Latinas, sipping margaritas by the ocean. But for now, it was back to the literal shipping container I sleep in. Yo, what you doing there, my guy? Hey, this is my container. Don't do it. Don't you lay down in my bed. Why would you think this is okay? I can't live like this. The only way to numb my situation is downing a bottle of Space Mad Dog 2020 on the way back to my container every night. Except this night, the liquor store attendant had a new proposition for me.
You look like talent. Serious talent.
You trying to recruit me for porn? Because if you are, the answer is yes. I've been trying to get my OnlyFans popping for like a year, and I haven't really had any hits. Except for this one guy in Alabama who just keeps messaging me Roll Tide. So basically, Yannick wants me to bring him Aurora to sneak into his drinks like a little Russian Bill Cosby. Which I'll agree to do, considering again that I'm living in a shipping container, but in the middle of this shift on the Aurora production line, after a typical 5-minute lunch break where I don't even have time to take off my suit to eat.
All of this just works.
Xenofresh Systems was showing a new Aurora recipe that changed everything. Up until now, the key ingredient to Aurora, chasm bass oil, could only be obtained from chasm bass in the waters around Neon, making it virtually impossible to build an automated Aurora farming operation and mass produce at a comparable level to Xenofresh. This recipe replaced chasm bass oil with biosuppressant, a resource that, while rare, could be farmed from a specific planet. We would just have to find it, along with extraction areas for the other 3 ingredients. A 1,000,000 credit opportunity. Finally, old Jeb's gonna get some. So I called out sick. I have COVID and went to tell Yannick about what I'd found so we could partner up and get this drug ring going. But Benjamin Bayou, the CEO of Xenofresh, was there. My soon-to-be business rival. He just didn't know it yet.
You're, just adorable, aren't you?
Dude, why do I feel like all of you are seriously trying to get me to do porn?
You make your blend and sell whatever extra Aurora you want on the streets. But I'm taking 20% of the profit.
Starting a new business venture with a 20% reduced profit was not conducive to my plan. So I peaced out and journeyed forward just as I had started, solo, to search the galaxy for my perfect planet for my Aurora manufacturing plant / booty bungalow. Oh, is that a sea shanty? Okay, not gonna lie, the ex-Navy in me is kind of digging it.
My grandkids are mortified that I'm out here.
Should have listened to your grandkids, Meemaw.
Get me back to my true love, as quick as an old asteroid.
After quite a bit of searching and not using subreddits to find out what planets had biosuppressant, benzene, hallucinogens, and stimulant, using my own intuition and navigational prowess, I found the perfect place to get started, which, seeing as my name was Jebediah Threefordale, I'd colloquially named it the Holler, which if you're not from where I'm from, I'll refer you to the Urban Dictionary definition. A small valley that sits between 2 mountains, often littered with small homes or trailers, usually trailers. And now, in the words of Steve Earle, you could officially smell the Aurora burning down Copperhead Road. I'm just hoping we don't draw any unwanted attention. Wait, who the hell are they? Great. This is exactly what I need. Guys dressed up in oddly familiar white spacesuits, inspecting my cargo link. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Do you have clearance for this sector?
Yeah.
You won't be nervous when we scan the files.
No. I can't catch a break. I have a double barrel, boys. Stay out of my crops. I think that's all of them. You know, this might have been a bad idea. At that point, I just remembered that I picked up one of my old mining buddies back on the ship, and maybe he'll know what to do.
Well, we'll have a problem if we do that again.
They fired first. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
Actually, that was terrible.
Look, we just need to sleep it off and figure out what to do in the morning.
5 minutes later.
You know what? I think we're in the clear. Wait, no. We have a lot of Marines at the bottom of the holler. Oh, they're making a move. Well, it's been fun. This might be it, guys. Hold up. My cargo ship's still coming in? Dude, I need to pay these guys. I'm in the middle of a war down here, and they're still going strong. Actually, that gives me an idea. Got to make it to the cargo bay. Shit. And so I hitched a ride in the back of one of my supply ships, and I was out of there. Which you may be thinking, hey, you can't do that in Starfield. To which my response would be, sit down, Jimothy. This is my hero's journey. That was just a supernatural aid. So the hauler had been overrun. I knew I would never be able to return there, and so I had two options here. Go back to my life as a neon street rat living in a shipping container with my hands smelling like fish every day and not for fun reasons, or attempt to move my base of operations to a new location and start again. At this point, I remember the dream. Beautiful beach, Latin BBW toes in the sand, holding 2 Corona and lime. I couldn't stop yet. And this base would be better, more protected, atmospheric. So I flew to the only planet in the Beta Turnion system that I hadn't yet explored and landed right on the beach. Immediately, I envisioned it as a destination. Aurora, a resort with waterfront views where you can trip balls and get a suntan. A perfect front to keep what was really going on under wraps. So I put my head down and went to work. I reestablished all the supply chains and improved them so that we had one cargo link for biosuppressant, cargo link with helium supply over there, to power the biosuppressant link for interstellar shipping, a link for benzene, and then finally the cargo link for hallucinogens and stimulants. I also started constructing the foundation for the 3 for Dale Lounge and our Aurora lab, along with a small warehouse for storage. At which point the sun had gone down, so I decided to tuck into a sleeping bag on the floor for the night. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do when moving to a new place. Like order in some pizza in your new empty apartment, Netflix and chill from a laptop tucked into a handmade blanket pallet on the carpet with your new Boricua fiance. Okay, that's enough. Stop staring at player one, guys. I need to turn this music off. What are we even doing? In the morning, I noticed that we had a bit of a pest problem. And we had crabs, and you just can't have a luxury beach resort infested with crabs. This ain't a Ramada, so I took care of them before continuing on. After that, I built a dock with a shipyard for the storage containers that held all our resources. Not really sure why, there's no ships in the game. Now it was game time. So much had been deposited into our containers so far that they were almost entirely full. So I grabbed everything inside them and went to the lab to start cooking. The first batch came out clean with a high yield. Happy with the results, it was finally time that I go make my first deal. So I loaded up my ship and was on my way for our first big payout. No. I forgot that this ship didn't have shielded cargo, so UC security forces confiscated at least 50 kilos of Aurora, which usually would be an instant toss into the clink, but this time some high-ranking official wanted to meet with me to coerce me into infiltrating the Crimson Fleet. But I didn't have time for that. I needed to get back to the base camp to make Aurora and build up my defenses in case of another holler incident. But on my way out, I was approached by a Crimson Fleet flunky with an offer to join the pirate gang. And that actually aligns synonymously with my goal. So instead of infiltrating them, I went through their initiation program and became a member of the fleet. After which I told several of them about my beach resort, stocked with an endless supply of Aurora, and I didn't even have to pay them. They came flocking in like free security. So I built them a little small town in the center of our operation to give them quarter for their services. So with our defensive problems now taken care of, I could put all my focus into my work without worrying about it being raided and overrun. Now with the shielded cargo installed on my ship, I could carry loads of Aurora that would bypass scanning from security forces. So I decided to increase our output and sell a much larger amount. This time when I went back to the lab, I was able to produce a huge batch that I could sell to my new friends over at the Crimson Fleet Outpost, as well as several Trade Authority vendors. And now we were making money, like lots of money. I kept hearing Aziz and Zari in the back of my head.
Treat yourself.
Maybe get some new clothes.
Treat yourself.
Maybe buy some expensive junk that I don't need for my pad.
Treat yourself.
Get a haircut, look official.
Treat yourself.
Go to the club and meet some thickies.
Treat yourself.
After overhearing a conversation while perusing the shops in New Atlantis, you know, I think I should be mysterious too. So I went into Enhance and said, give me that Tom Selleck. I was looking fresh. Finally ready to unveil the new me, Johnny Seahorse. That sounds like a white-collar drug lord name. Tonight, we hit the Astral Lounge to get my first taste of the good life. First, I had to head back to Aurora Bora to freshen up. Gotta get that triangle scrub in. Put on some Ed Hardy like some club bro named Brad that gets a hand jibber in a Chili's bathroom after the bar closes. Look at all my stuff. King-size bed for which she wants the ruckus. A pong table. Scarface on repeat. On repeat. Zero entry to the Ocean. Jebediah 3 for Dale is dead. Arisen is Johnny Seahorse. Smells like bad decisions in Crown Royal. Now, before I get loose, I had some serious business to attend to. A contact tipped me off that Benjamin Bayou, the Xenofresh CEO, had a suite tonight on the second floor of the lounge. If I was really going to be taken seriously as the top Aurora producer, he would need to be put in his place. Just gotta find the elevator. Hey, have you guys seen the elevator? Is that Trail Luaus?
Hey, it's me, Trail Luaus.
Oh, there it is. Looks like he has security. And now he doesn't. Hey, R2-D2, you saw nothing. Booth 4. Okay, this is him. Yo, what up, Playboy? You were gonna take 20% of my Aurora profits, huh? Now you're taking 20% of this dick. Now it's time to party.
We have plenty of Aurora for sale.
Nope, I'm good. I brought my own. Well, down the hatch. Ugh. You are haunting. Anybody ever tell you that you look like a pedophile / McDonald's assistant manager?
You do have a point.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm basically a rich drug dealer. Wanna hang out?
What? I can't hear you.
Good talk, good talk. Hey, I'm on beach resort, but it's just the front for my illegal Aurora facility. Hey, what are you doing?
Me? Just hanging around.
Yes, that is impressive. I'm sure your dad would be proud. The club was exactly the morale boost that I needed. I didn't want it to end. The last call was just announced, so it was time to leave. Luckily, I'd made a few friends who needed a place to sleep, so I took them back to my place to keep the party going. After a few more drinks and some rubble rousing, I passed out on the couch at about 2 a.m.
Music presents the Ultimate Love Songs Collection. 36 beautiful.
The next morning, I awoke abruptly. Something smells fishy. Girls, go home. I've got a lot to... Wait, something else is going on. Little did I know, while under the influence last night, I told a couple people at the club about my little operation, and Benjamin Bayou wasn't happy about my little stunt turning him into a submissive. So the little snitch reported me, and they easily connected me to the holler incident. So this time, they brought an entire army to seize my compound. But if they didn't think I would go full Waco on their ass, they were sorely mistaken. Before I had time to think about it, they were already storming the front gate. And my henchies were doing their best to hold them off, so I went to the watchtower to lay down some suppressing fire. Get some! Once enemies made it to the ground, it was much harder to hit them from the tower. So I hit the ground for some close quarters. Woo! Let's go! They just keep coming. It's almost like I'm spawning in more and more of their forces to overwhelm me for dramatic effect. Regardless, with such little time to enjoy it, I was going to be forced to once again abandon ship. This time, I wasn't going empty-handed. Loads of Aurora was stored in the warehouse. I just needed to make it there. Then to the launch pad, we could just start again somewhere else. Of course, they're already inside. Jackpot. How are you guys still sleeping? Yet again, I'd escaped unharmed and in a much better position than before, making it out with a large quantity of product. Now we just got to find a place to stay for the night and plan our next move. Oh no, only one thing to do now. Dispose of the evidence. All of it. Bottoms up.
I don't feel right, guys.
Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
What's happening? Where are we going?
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
If you enjoyed our little adventure, consider subscribing for the next one. I really appreciate you guys watching stuff like this that I put a lot of effort into making. All mods like the Aurora recipe used in this video are in the description, and check out the last one that we did here, where I attempt to answer the question, can you play Starfield without leaving New Atlantis? See you there.